This episode is brought to you by Nana's Deli. Attention food lovers, have you been to Nana's Bistro yet? If not, you are missing out. Nana's Deli has just unveiled their newly renovated dine-in space and it's ready for you to enjoy. The updated menu has all your favorites plus a new star, Food Czar Flats, served with every salad, sandwich, or grill order. But let's not forget the classics that made Nana's famous. Their mouth-watering tuna, legendary sloppy joes, hearty soups, and that unbeatable pastrami sandwich. This is comfort food done right. Got a special occasion? Nana's Bistro is perfect for private events, birthdays, anniversaries, or just because. You name it, they'll make it unforgettable. Since 1981, Nana's has been a tradition, and they're still going strong. And if you're in Jersey City, you already know, Nana's is there too, bringing their signature flavors to your neighborhood. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Nana's, enjoy your favorites, and don't forget those Food Czar Flats. Nana's Deli, serving tradition, flavor, and love since 1981. Mention Food Czar Podcast to receive 10% off your next order. Go to nanasdeli.com for more information. Let me tell you about Steeplechase Estate Sales and Services, because I've seen firsthand how incredible they are. My good friend Craig Reiner runs the show, and if you're in northern New Jersey, there's no one better to trust your estate sale with. Craig was raised in Livingston, so he knows the families, the history, and exactly how to get the best value for your items. I've personally used Steeplechase, and let me tell you, Craig makes the process easy, stress-free, and actually fun. Whether you're downsizing, handling an estate, or just looking for hidden treasures, his expertise and personal touch make all the difference. If you want someone who truly cares about your sale and treats your belongings with respect, call Steeplechase Estate Sales and Services today. Give Craig a call at 973-556-7433. Tell Craig the Food Czar sent you, and as Craig always says, let's have a Steeplechase day. Mention Food Czar Podcast at your next Steeplechase sale to receive a discount.
This is Behind the Counter.
Behind the counter.
With the Food Czar. Here's Heidi.
Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Counter with the Food Czar, which is me, Heidi Blum. And today I'm really excited. I know I say that every episode, but I really am, because I am sitting down with the Conforti brothers, Nicky Boy and Michael.
Yeah.
You may also know them as the owners of Angeloni's, and we just had a really good time doing a video, so I have a feeling that this episode is going to be a continuation of a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm excited.
So welcome, boys.
Thanks for coming,
welcome.
Heidi, it's a pleasure having you here.
We love your high
You're
energy.
beautiful,
It's
and
amazing.
I love your energy.
Thank
baby.
you.
Yes.
I love yours. I
Yeah,
think we're a good
yeah.
match for
Yeah,
each
oh,
other.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
maybe we'll go on a date. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's get into it, right?
Yeah.
Angeloni's has been here for how long?
We're here for 15 years, but we started off in Nutley when I was, I think I was 23, and Michael was...
No, more than 15 years. 20.
No, we were here 15 years,
Oh,
but we
here,
started in Nutley almost 30 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it called
It was
Angeloni's?
called Michael's.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
After Michael.
Yeah.
There is no Michael Jr., it's just Michael, right?
Well, I have a son.
Oh,
that's
is he
named
Michael Jr.?
No, Michael Armando. After
Oh.
my grandfather.
Oh,
Armando,
okay.
yeah.
All right, so let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Right? So growing up, you guys grew up where? In Nutley?
We
Bloomfield.
grew up in Bloomfield.
Yeah.
Okay. The rough and tumble streets of
Oh,
Bloomfield?
yeah. It's not like today, I can tell you that.
I know. It's really growing there, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloomfield's great now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
very,
you grew up, there's four of you, four
Yes.
siblings,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
it goes Nick, Michael.
Gina, Amanda.
Okay. And then and your parents. So were your
Yes.
parents the Italian? Did they come over from Italy? Was it their grandparents that came over from Italy?
So my mother came over from Italy when she was a kid, but my dad's family's been in Newark for forever. We owned one of the first pizzerias in New Jersey that was in Newark. It was called Christie's on 8th Avenue.
Really?
And it's not the same pie that we do here. It's actually my mother's recipe from northern Italy
That we do here.
yeah, because it's the better of the two.
Oh wait, we're gonna get into that. So
Yeah.
so your grandfather had one of the first
Our
pizzerias.
great-grandfather and
great-grandfather.
great-grandmother had one of the first pizzerias in New Jersey. Jackie Gleason used to go there. Frank Sinatra used to go
Joe
there.
DiMaggio used to go there.
No way.
Yeah, it was like New York back then.
That's it. Really, what Newark? I mean, Newark was, of course. That's crazy. So, did your grandparents work there? Did your parents work there?
Yeah, they all lived in the same it wasn't a
Apartment
house.
building?
Yeah, it was a building.
Yeah.
And they lived on the second, third, and fourth floor. There was like four families there.
Isn't it amazing that's so the way it used to be?
Yeah.
Like my
Crazy.
family was in Irvington. So it was the same
Yeah.
exact thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
And they all worked a restaurant.
So they all worked in a restaurant.
Yeah.
So your mom was a cook, your dad was a cook?
Yeah, well, my dad just grew up in pizzerias because that was his side of the family.
Right.
But my mother came from northern Italy, and she just has such a flair for food.
So growing up, it was like big Sunday dinners with the
Oh, yeah.
family.
Every Sunday it was, and like every Friday night.
Every Friday night we made
all our
homemade
friends
pizza.
would come from all around the neighborhood, and they would come in and they'd taste my mom's pie and be like,
You have to open up a
have to
pizzeria.
open up
a pizzeria. Oh, really?
My mother's name is Irma.
yeah.
Your mother's name is Irma?
Yeah.
Irma Conforti?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Irma Loya. Idma. They call
Idma.
it.
Oh,
Idma.
really? That's
Idma.
really cute. So every Friday night, the neighborhood would come over.
Oh, my God, it was
Every
crazy.
Sunday, family,
Yeah.
your mom was cooking for everybody.
Yeah.
That's the
People
best.
still remember my mom back in the day, and they're like, wow, your mom, like, I can't believe what
They
she used to
loved
do
it.
for
They loved my
everybody,
mom.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So you guys see that, right?
Yeah.
And you take that. You carry that in your heart,
Oh, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we love the customers. Like, we're not, like I see people in, like, pizzerias, they look miserable. Like, love your customers, man. That's why you are where you are. And
Exactly.
It's
So
about
it's so
hospitality.
true.
Yeah.
I think a lot of places miss that point of it.
Yeah.
It's like they look like they're coming in and tortured every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more to giving. You gotta
Yeah.
see that. Once you
Yeah.
realize that and it touches you, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Like
So-
me and Michael could make people that are very upset very happy very quickly. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, you look around. We're here on a Thursday. I got here about 4:30, and the dining room was already buzzing with tables of people eating, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know. So, all right. So your mom, you grew up like in Bloomfield, and Fridays and Sundays all about family and food.
Yes.
And then you guys like are in high school, and you're like what happens? Like, are you guys cooking, or are you
Yes,
like going to college, or
So
you?
about a block away, my dad had a pub, and we used to do like these bar pies that my mother used to do at the house or whatever. So, but they were smaller. So we didn't. It wasn't like the Thinny Thin wasn't created yet, but we used to try to get it as thin as we could. And we
So you guys liked thin pizza?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. And so even at the house, even when I was a kid, like a young kid, my mother would always take the cheese and squish it to the end of the pan and let that crispy cheese caramelize. And she uses certain cheeses that are from northern Italy that are only from northern Italy.
Oh,
and we still
really?
use it in this recipe.
Oh, really?
Basically, yeah.
You
So
can't
it's
get?
a
Can you not
mixture.
get it? Like,
We get it shipped in from Italy.
no way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you guys, okay? So are you now working at a pizza place when you are in high school? Like, what happens?
No. And
Were you cooking? Was your mom teaching you to
in
cook?
high school, we were at my dad's bar. We were making pizzas and
What
we were
was the
cooking
bar?
Italian food. It was called Avenue Pub. It was just it was a busy neighborhood bar. And
Yeah.
We weren't delivering or nothing, but
Yeah.
we didn't take it to the next
There
level.
was
yet.
no delivery
Yeah.
back then.
We,
I mean,
we were
barely.
kids. We used to walk there. It was a block away from our house.
Yeah.
So you guys were in charge of the pizzas?
Well, when I was 14 and once he got a little bit older, he would come in the kitchen. We would make pizzas and we would cook on the
Pasta
grill.
basil,
Yeah,
stracciatella.
burgers. Yeah, like
So was there like a cook
BLTs.
there that was teaching you guys how to cook?
Nah, my father,
no,
my
the-
Uncle Christy
Yeah.
showed us how to cook.
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah.
Remember I
so-
showed you my Uncle Christy
Yeah.
over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy who showed us how to cook.
Then we had a cook, and then my uncle Christy, which his nickname was Gigi, he saw that I was a better cook than the cook that we hired in the kitchen or whatever. So he kind of took me under his wing a little bit. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
showed me some old school dishes and all of that, and then my passion grew even more.
So that was it. You like
Yeah.
love to cook,
Yeah.
and you're like, this is what I'm gonna do.
I was so bad in school. I was bad.
You weren't bad in school.
Michael was very good in school. He's very
I was
smart.
good in school.
Really?
I always felt,
I went to
you know,
college. I graduated. and
Where'd you go to college?
St. Peter's.
Oh, really?
Jersey City, yeah.
And then you said you went into the city and worked in
I worked
finance?
at the Bank of New York, mortgage-backed securities, all that stuff. That was
That's
crazy.
crazy. So you were
Yeah.
like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm not doing pizzas.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. you
Yeah,
know?
so the reason why we named our first place, like our first true pizzeria, Michael's, because Michael was in 9/11, and we thought he died.
No way.
It's 9/11.
That's not what he told me though.
I told her the other story.
He told me that he had a brain
that happened
aneurysm.
too later on
was
in
that
life.
was that
No,
around
happened right
9/11?
after. Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a few months after. So
Yeah.
I was in New York.
Yeah.
We got there. I came from underneath the train.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. So I took the path right into New York, and we come from underneath the train. I walk to my building, 101 Barclay Street. I sit in my cubicle at my desk, and I hear a big boom. And then I see all Xerox papers flying by out through the window, and a kid runs onto our floor and says, a plane just crashed into one of the towers. And everyone ran out of the building, went downstairs, looked up, and it was nuts. It was crazy.
I mean, it was that was crazy. So
Yeah.
you were able to get out of there, obviously.
We were on the street for around 20, 30 minutes looking up. People were falling out and everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy. All the girls were crying on the street, and I seen a lot of guys, they went to the store and they got the Hallmark cameras or whatever, taking pictures. It was crazy. It was just like chaos. And
that's when cell phones were just.
I didn't even have a cell phone.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
why
it was
my
like,
family
yeah.
didn't know. They thought I went down with everything. But I walked with 3 of my friends into Queens. We went over the 59th Street Bridge into Queens.
Yeah.
I stayed at my friend's house, but I didn't get in touch with my family till around 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh,
so
my
they thought I
God.
was gone.
It was
So
bad.
they were
It was
like,
dead,
we're naming
yeah.
a pizzeria after him.
Yeah, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So after that, were you like, I'm not going back into the city?
No, I
I'm not
went
doing-"
back. So my building got destroyed. All the windows were blown out of my building. It was a building, 101 Barclay, that went like that.
Yeah.
All the buildings. So they sent us to New Jersey for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and then they moved us to right across from the Empire State Building.
Okay.
So I went into right by Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I went in every day.
Penn
Station,
Plaza.
yes,
Penn Plaza.
yes.
Yeah.
So, and I stayed there for like maybe 6 more months, and then I got out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a tough time, and I think it
And I
made
started
people.
I started working with Nicky Boy at his deli up in White House Station.
Okay, so hold on a second. So let's go back for a second.
Okay.
So you don't go to college because you weren't good in school, which you probably were, just wasn't for you.
Yeah.
That's a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
And-
I wasn't good in school.
I wasn't
was
either.
I took all the art classes. I just liked art.
I
You know
wish
what
I
mean?
could have done that. I wasn't either, but look at us
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at us. We're
That's what I mean.
successful,
Yes,
right?
that's-
See? Yes,
yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So you decide to say, I'm going to cook because that's my passion and
Yeah.
I'm good at it.
Oh yeah.
Right. You, Michael,
Yeah.
go into the finance.
Yeah.
9/11 happens. You're doing it for another 6 months, and you're like, no. At this time, you were where?
I had a little deli up in White House Station just because I love the country. You know, I just,
Yeah,
I just love the way it was
quiet.
pretty.
Yeah.
But it just, it just wasn't really happening out there.
Were you making pizzas there, or just?
We were, but
They were making the square pies.
you were
in
making
the
like
oven.
Yeah.
the square pies, like the homemade. They just didn't get it yet. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
they didn't get it.
They didn't know.
So we had to come
Sometimes
back to.
you just don't know.
They
we
don't
had to, We had
know.
to come back to Essex County, basically. That's where they understand it. I think the
Good
most.
pizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Square pizza, thin pizza.
Yeah, round, whatever. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So you come back. So you have that. You start working for him,
yeah.
Yes.
and you like that.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
And you guys were
felt
working
at home.
together.
I
We were
felt
working
at home
together,
next
yeah.
to him. You know,
So-
like,
yeah,
when
so-
I'm
Yes.
next to Nicky, I feel like.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
it was me, my mom, my dad, and Michael.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's get out of here. Let's do Mom's Pizza. We've been talking about it for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's just go. So we did it. We opened up in Nutley, and
And that was called Michael's.
yeah, it was called Michael's. And back then it was a little weird because nobody had a pie that thin.
Yeah.
And that's when we created the Thinny Thin. It took me like 6 months just to figure out because my mother said, Nick, I want you to get it as thin as you could, even thinner than I used to get it at home. And we have to put the cheese to the end like we do at home.
Yeah.
So we did it. It took me like 6 months just to figure it out, but then I figured
What makes
out.
it so hard? What makes it so
Well,
hard that it took you so long
the
to do?
ingredients of the dough and just the way you roll it out and everything like that. And just it's almost like the rhythm, the way you do it, you know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
really got to you got to get it paper thin the way it is. And we finally got it like that and we figured it out.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah, you might have been
was pretty
even
fast.
quicker or whatever. And my dad said, yeah, we should name it the Thinny Thin. 30 years ago almost, yeah.
That's
Hence
crazy.
the Thinny Thin. And everybody, a lot of people at their pizzerias call it the Thinny Thin, which we do have the trademark on it. Just so
Do you have
everybody
the
knows.
trademark?
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
We've had
That's
it
smart.
forever,
Yeah, that's
The old
smart.
man's so good with nicknames and everything like that, right, Nick?
Yeah.
he's-
But
So-
it's actually my mom's invention, but I figured out how to do it. My dad named it. And what were you doing, Mike?
He was tasting it. He was tasting it.
He was talking to everybody. He was
Yeah,
very
he's talking to
social.
everybody,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, he's a very good pie guy. Yeah. Excellent pie guy. Yeah.
So I would imagine while you're trying to do it, you are taste testing every pie.
No, we already had the recipe. We just needed to be able to get it that thin.
So you were selling them even though it wasn't exactly the way you
And
wanted it.
I would say like 90% of the people like went crazy over it. But then you get those people that will call, your pie's terrible. What is this?
Where's the crust?
Yeah, why is it well done? And they just didn't get it yet. But I told them, if you don't like it, there's a Domino's up the street. They'll make it very mushy for you. And I stuck to my
Yeah.
guns with it.
Good.
I char it, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it,
Now
go somewhere
everyone loves
else.
a charred
And I'm not
pie.
being rude.
Yeah.
That's just the way that I do
No,
it.
that's
And,
your
it-
recipe,
just
it's
not-
your thing.
It's not your preference,
Yeah.
baby. You know, and I don't want you to be unhappy.
Did it have, when you were making the Thinny Thin, was it just the plain pie or were you doing all the toppings also?
No, we did all the toppings.
all the
yeah.
toppings.
Yeah.
And it was strictly pizza?
No, we were a full-scale restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how long were you there?
We were in Nutley for 26 years.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Michael's. Yeah, but it overlapped Angeloni's, but we moved up this way. Yeah.
So did you change the name in Nutley from Michael's to Angeloni's, or this was the only Angeloni?
This is the only Angeloni's. It's
So you bought this while Michael's was there?
Yes.
yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you buying Angeloni's as an extension? Like you wanted the two places, or were you?
Yeah, you were thinking, we were doing, we were the busiest pizzeria down there at the time, but we delivered and we were very accommodating to everybody.
Nutley is known for really good pizza.
Yeah.
Right. So, is that where Santillo's is?
No, that's
Ralph's.
Ralph's. Is in
Oh,
Nutley,
Ralph's
yeah.
is in Nutley.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes,
Okay.
Ralph's.
Yeah.
So it's Ralph's because they're well known. Were they
Yeah, they're very
around?
well
Oh
known.
yeah,
They got a great pie.
it was just us and them.
Oh,
And
okay.
that
Yeah.
was it. Yeah. You would either go to Michael's or you would go to Ralph's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they didn't deliver, and we would.
And they didn't have the Thinny Thin.
No, but
They had a very thin pie.
They had a
though,
very
too.
thin pie at the
Yeah.
time, but when we came in with the Thinny Thin, it just knocked everybody's socks off, I think, because it was so paper thin. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, it's so good
Yeah,
because you could eat a whole pie. I mean, you could
By
eat the whole
yourself.
pie. You
Yeah,
could, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that thin. So, okay, so then you open up Angeloni's when?
In 2011.
Now, when you're doing this and Michael's is open, is the whole family involved in the business? Your
Back and
parents
forth,
Yeah.
Back and forth.
and
Yeah.
your sisters too?
Yes, all
Yes,
four
yeah,
of us.
yeah.
All four of us
At
were
one point, we
involved.
were all involved in it.
Gina
yeah.
was working there with us too.
Yeah,
My
our
brother-in-law
brother-in-law,
Tommy
Tommy.
was up there with us too. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
That's so fun. So it's sort of like when you were younger. I mean, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just because now that your customers are sort of like your neighborhood people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We have so many people that still come up from Nutley. I mean,
Oh, I
honestly,
see 'em all
last
the
2
time.
Saturday nights,
Yeah.
the whole dining was Nutley in here. It was insane.
Really?
They all drove up. Yeah, they
Yeah.
drive up. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
crazy.
So that's probably what made you feel so good about it too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like being at your mom's or your grandmother's house, your mom's house when you were little,
Yeah.
right? So you now open Angeloni's 2011,
Yep.
and how do you manage both of them?
I think it's okay doing 2.
Yeah.
When you have 3 restaurants, it's very hard, I feel like. Just because we're not like, we're like hands-on people, We like
Very
we
hands-on.
deal with our staff. We like to deal with the customers,
Yeah.
So it gets a little out of hand when we get up to 3, I feel like. But 2 is pretty good for us
It was
because
perfect.
there's a lot of us and we all pitch in. Do you know what I mean? You have
How
to pitch
nice
in.
is that?
Yeah.
And the family always gets along?
Yes.
We
Because that's
fight,
not
but
always the case.
You fight, but then we laugh. 10
Yeah.
minutes later, we'll have a big fight, and then we just crack up about it. It's
That's,
like
I
the
mean,
funniest
it's
thing.
amazing that you
have
guys are
to.
able to do that. Yeah.
You can't be mad, and you can't stay mad. I feel like.
No, not if you're in business together. Because then the customers feel it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you open Angeloni's, and then when do you close Michael's?
We closed Michael's 8 years ago, Mike?
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago, and then we reopened it about a year ago. We were there for 1 year. We named it Nicky Boys after me.
Oh, really?
But it was there was a lot of people, the old timers were so happy when we got back there, but we
Yeah.
didn't realize that everybody moved out.
Yeah, Nutley's changed a
did,
lot,
yeah.
right?
It did, yeah. It moved out. I mean, look, it's not in a bad way. It's just not the same. People aren't really looking for pizza like they were. You know what I mean? I would say. You know,
Well,
I feel
now
like
the restaurants there, it's a different culinary scene there.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I feel like everybody's up this way, or they're in Morris County right now. Everybody really moved up.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Like nobody's.
Was it the same location as Michael's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
the same spot.
Yeah.
Same
Do you
spot.
own the building?
We owned it, yes. At
Yeah.
the time, we owned
Yeah.
it.
And then you sold the
Yeah,
building?
we sold it like about a year ago. About a year
A
ago.
little
Yeah.
over a year ago, yeah.
So when you opened this, what was here before?
Well, when we opened this, it was the Progress. Remember the Progress in Caldwell?
What is that? You said that was their town paper?
The paper, yeah.
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 You know what? Me and my mother, we came and like anyone would be like, the building was ready to collapse, but it was such a beautiful building. And I try to keep like some of the structure. You
Yeah.
can see this window over here.
Yeah.
That was actually the front door, but it was just such a pretty front door. And we kept the high ceilings
Yeah.
and
It's all exposed
Yeah.
brick in here. Was it that way?
no, it was
It was
you
a
know,
gut job,
it was-
complete
yeah,
gut
it was
job.
ready to collapse the building. We had to put wire beams to hold the whole thing up.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but-
Because
but
it
we did it,
feels
but-
very. It feels like a storied building. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
just with the brick and the arches. Like for the people who are listening who haven't been here, it is. It's all exposed brick, and they have arches in the middle. I mean, it's hard to explain, but it feels very like it's been here for 100 years.
Yeah, well, it's a turn of the century building. It's one of the oldest buildings. It's all Caldwell over here, and that's why we loved it because
Yeah.
we're not like those Cheney people,
Yeah.
pizzeria guys.
mom
You'll,
and pop
you'll never see
type
us in a
guys.
strip mall. This is what we do.
No, I mean
We
we
love little neighborhoods. You know what I mean? That have
But
nice
this
center
sort
town.
of feels like you know how at the Belmont Tavern,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
feels like you walk in there and you're like, this has been here for 100 years.
Yeah.
That's how this feels like.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel like here.
Yeah.
So when you open Angeloni's, because now it's a different neighborhood, even though the Nutley people come here, do you
Yeah.
have to now like sort of not prove yourself, but sort of you're going after a whole new customer base.
Yeah. But believe it or not, a lot of the people up here were already driving down there. So
Oh,
once
that's
they
interesting.
caught wind,
Yeah.
they were. I mean,
Because I feel like once you guys opened, I mean, I know for me, everyone was like Angeloni's, all my friends, every birthday dinner was here.
Yeah.
This was the spot. The salad you have,
Yeah,
the Thinny
yeah.
Thin pizza. I mean, everything.
yeah.
So do you think that was because of your reputation?
In Nutley,
In Nutley?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. And now being here, I can't do math. What are we, 14 years?
I'm bad at
15
math,
years? I know,
too.
14
I'm bad
years?
at math.
14. I think it's 14.
Yeah, I thought it was 15, but
15, yeah, I know.
told you I didn't do good in
By
school.
the way, yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm right behind you. I can't even add it either. So, are you happy with the way everything has been since
Yes,
it's been here?
yes.
Has anything changed? Like, have you had to change, I mean, besides the pandemic, like your business model at all, your pizzas, do people want something here that you're not giving them?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything's been the same. We do some new specialty pies now that are very creative. You know what I mean? Where it's more. The
You think
food's
people are
great.
you think people are looking for that?
People are looking
specialty
for
pies?
pizza now more than ever, especially
funny? Yeah,
it's
especially after Portnoy started doing his pizza reviews and.
Oh, let's talk about that. So Portnoy comes here when?
So he came here 4 years ago. I don't know the exact date.
Was it right after the pandemic when he started doing it?
No, it was right before the
right
before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I used to always watch his reviews. I loved his reviews.
Yeah.
And he walked in and but I didn't understand his like level of reviews. And everybody was calling. They were like, "Bro, you got an 8.8. Like, are you kidding me? That's like one of his highest scores ever."
It is.
And I'm like, it should have been like a 10, but like, what did I know? I didn't know how he scored. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Michael goes, "Nick, we're gonna be so busy tomorrow because tomorrow's Friday because that's when the review is gonna come out."
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike, we won 30 pizza competitions down in Nutley. It's nothing. We're gonna do an extra 30, 40 pies. That's it. He calls me up at 11 o'clock in the morning. He said, "Nick, you got to get in here. You're never going to believe this.
Out the fucking door.
The
Oh, my
tickets
God.
were from one end to another." And he goes, "How are we going to get through this?" I'm like, "I got it."
Yeah.
We took. You don't even know. We were rising.
rearranged
We were
everything.
rising the dough on top of the oven to make it proof within 1 hour instead of 3 days.
Yeah. Oh my God!
And then we were making it at one of our other locations at the time, and we were bringing the dough, cheese, and sauce, our blends, all up here.
And then we picked up a couple small Baker's Pride pies, ovens, and stuck them right next to the big ovens.
Oh my God! To have extra ovens?
Yeah. We had a. I mean,
how many pies do you?
It doesn't last forever, but
no, of course
it was a great run.
That day, how many pies do you think you sold?
Over 1,000.
And what do you sell like on a normal day?
It depends.
Let's say a Friday, Saturday, Sunday is probably
the
busiest.
Let's just say it gets very, very busy here.
Okay, but 1,000 a day is a little bit over.
That's I've never seen that before.
Yeah. So when Portnoy comes, were you guys here?
We stayed. We didn't.
You knew he was coming?
No, we weren't even
after
here.
He came.
So the day he comes.
No, we weren't even in the neighborhood.
You guys weren't even here?
No, we weren't even here.
So who was here?
Ernie.
Ernie.
I walked in 3 minutes after you left. I just missed him.
My God!
We're in and out. You got to go get change at the bank, and
So Ernie's right here.
Ernie, come here.
Ernie.
So Ernie's been with us since he's a kid.
Come here,
Ernie,
come around, Ernie.
So Ernie, what happened when Dave Portnoy walked in?
He needs to get on a microphone. I told you this episode was going to be off the rails. Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, brother? How you feeling? Good?
Yeah, good.
You look great.
Hi, how you doing?
All right, so Ernie, tell us who you are.
So I'm one of the managers here. I've been working for them for about 18 years now, almost.
Were you at Michael's?
Yes. So I'm originally I used to work at Michael's, which was in Nutley.
Are you from Nutley?
I'm actually from Newark, Linden, and West Orange.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were here when Portnoy comes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about that, Ernie.
Oh, it's complete chaos.
So you're in the kitchen. It's a normal day here at Angeloni's. Mm-hmm. And then, do they call in an order? What happens?
Well, he called in. I'm not sure if it was him or if it was Frankie that called in the order.
Yeah.
I was pretty busy and I was training this other girl here, so it was. I don't remember ever him actually coming in here. I think that he sent Frankie in, and that's why I didn't notice him when he came in.
But if you watch the camera, he's walking out with it. Was he waiting in the vestibule? Maybe I don't know.
I
He
have
could
no
have
idea.
been.
Is that what happened?
What'd they order? Just a Thinny Thin?
Yeah. Well, he ordered a regular thin crust.
Okay.
So I got crucified for this because I didn't give him the Thinny Thin at first.
Because you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Right.
My
So-
sister wanted to beat him up.
Yeah. So shout out to Amanda. She definitely wanted to kill me that day.
That's Nick and Michael's sister. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
hysterical.
I love Amanda. But yeah, so she was so.
Say that.
I love Amanda. Oh, she knows I love her. So it was. I was definitely being crucified for that, but I said, it was a blessing in disguise because he wound up giving us 8.8, and this was like
So
literally.
the 8.8 was not on the Thinny Thin.
It was actually on the regular thin.
Wow,
Regular thin,
okay.
Which is very thin. It's paper thin
Yeah.
too, almost. But the
Pretty
Thinny
much the
Thin's-
same thing. It's
Yeah.
The
just-
Thinny Thin's another level of
Thin.
It doesn't even make sense.
right. Right. And it just so happened that the pizza that he got, it was nice and crispy on the bottom. That's how he likes it.
Yep.
And that's how we do the pizza.
that's how we make
That's
it.
how we make it. So
Don't make it any other way.
So did you not know? When did you know that it was him?
So we knew it was him a little bit afterwards, and they were like, "Did you know that was Dave Portnoy that was in there?" And I was like, "I didn't even know that was him that came in here." So either he came in here and I was like really busy and I didn't notice, or he sent Frankie in here. But I think he did come in here. We were just like really busy that day.
Oh my God!
so-
So the only thing you know is when the video comes out.
Yeah. So this was actually. Before Thanksgiving when he came here. This was on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving of 2019.
Oh my God! Of 2019.
Of 2019.
So it was
yes.
before COVID.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
this was
wow.
pre-COVID. This
Okay.
was pre-COVID. So after that, it aired, I believe, was it on the day after was it Thanksgiving that it aired or the Wednesday? I'm not sure
Thanksgiving's on a
exact-
Thursday, so
Maybe it was on Thanksgiving when it did air.
oh my God!
So when we came, when everybody came into work on that Friday, it was like a zoo here. I wasn't even here in the morning. All I could say is that they had to call backup from all different restaurants that they had it from the Brook Tap House. Right, you guys had to call for help, and I didn't get here till like 5 o'clock. So
Yeah, we probably that Friday night we probably had 11 people making pizzas.
Oh my God!
We had people driving in
Pulling
from
out of an oven for
Brooklyn.
12 hours straight.
people coming in from Philly. You couldn't believe they were coming and picking up 6
Oh, people
pies,
are diehards.
Ubering in and
It's
Ubering
crazy.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was complete chaos the entire day. Complete chaos. And we had a line out the door just for pickups. And then there was like another line that was just for the dining room. It was that crazy.
It was like you had to we should have probably hired security there.
Yeah, we should.
Because everybody was out of control. It was like a zoo.
Yeah.
And
You guys should be very thankful that Ernie was here.
yeah, well, we love him. You know what? We have employees that have been with us for so long. We love them and they love us. It's like a family. Here,
You
know?
can tell. Ernie.
They're like a second family.
I was just
to me.
say,
I love these
Ernie,
guys.
you started
my
working.
brother. He's my
You started
younger
working
brother.
for them when you were how old?
25.
Wow.
I'm 42 now.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
So-
you look like you're 25, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And you love these guys.
Of course, second
Yeah.
family to me.
They're like family.
Like my
Don't you
brother.
think everyone feels like they're family here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. Working here, the environment is everything. The working environment is everything, and it's been a beautiful working environment every time I've been working for them since 2008, 2009. It's always been a great work environment since I've been working, and they're great people to work for, and I can never thank them enough for giving me the opportunity that they have to work for them, and shout out to Big Nick too, wherever he's at. Big Nick, he used to he tortured me, he put me through a lot of torture, but I love him.
I wish he was here tonight too. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah.
Big Nick
Next
is the
time,
modern
Big
day-
Nick.
He's like Paulie from Goodfellas. Yeah. He's like Paulie from Goodfellas.
Yeah, we used to keep
Sorry.
him out of the dining room, Michael, sometimes for 2 weeks because you know.
He gets a timeout.
Yeah, but they liked him down there. And honestly, we went back to Nicky Boys. All they did was ask for him, which I thought was insane because he was always yelling in the dining room and crazy and everything. But it was Nutley and Belleville down there in Bloomfield. They knew him and they loved him. It's just a different area, I guess. You know, I don't know.
That's amazing. You like it here too? Better
Yes.
than Nutley?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Overall, well, Nutley had its time. Let's
Yep.
just put it that way. But the customers here are a lot more friendly over here. A
Yeah.
lot of not taking away from Nutley. Nutley had some great customers too. Which is a lot of
It's
chaos.
different. It's a more family. It's like more
More
like
yeah.
this is like more suburbs to Nutley.
It is.
right.
It
Would you
is.
say it that way?
You'd always get the Belleville people. They always try to get that free thing out of you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
they would, and you got to argue with them on the phone and
Penny pitching.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even have the same restrictions here that I did. If they say it's messed up, give it to them, whatever. But down there, I had certain rules. And we had a little blacklist, and my dad he was in charge of it. He enjoyed it, you know what I mean?
He really did.
He loved to put people on the blacklist,
That's right.
Yeah.
There were
So
people
what
that
hap-
complained about 50 cents over there.
And he
50
would,
cents
and he
off,
would
60
call up
cents
and yell
off.
at the people, too. It was a different time.
That's so funny. Yeah, but that's old school.
It's old school,
It's old
yeah.
school. So what happens when the pandemic hits?
All right,
So all right, you want to take over from here?
It's good, Aaron. You're doing a good job.
I know, Ernie. I've never had a guest appearance for guests. By the way,
Yeah,
on
wow,
my
you're the
yeah.
first?
I'm the
You're
first of the
first
First, this is a first. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're
I
doing a
appreciate
good
you.
job, Ernie.
Oh, thank you.
You knocked Michael out of his microphone.
Oh, I didn't want to.
No, keep on going, Aaron.
Well,
You're on a roll,
I'm gonna let the brothers take over from here. But let's just put it this way: when COVID hit, it was this whole dining room here. We had boxes everywhere for deliveries because we couldn't even have the dining room open.
Yeah.
So the dining room wasn't open.
That was crazy.
Our takeout was times 6 probably of what our takeout used to be. It was insane. The entire dining room was filled with boxes. We had 15 delivery drivers on.
How many in staff? Because you probably had to cut down your staff, right?
No, we had a full staff.
We had the full staff because
The
of
high
the
school
takeout.
kids were coming in too.
Yeah,
They
they
were
were
picking up
they
their
were
phones.
tired of being home. Everybody
Yeah, I was tired of being
Everyone-
home. Yeah,
So
I get
when
it. Yeah.
everyone came here, they all loved it because it was like so lively and everything like
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
it was just takeout, but
No,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
it was crazy. Honestly, during COVID, all the pizzerias closed down. All the pizzerias closed down in town,
Yeah.
and I felt like me and Michael, we felt like we needed to stay here and feed the community,
That's what we did.
right.
and that's what we did. I mean, people were buying 3 cases of toilet paper and acting like jerks. It was, to me, it was a very sad time to see
really
how
was.
Yeah.
people could act or whatever. But I'm like, Mike, we hang in there. There's an old lady somewhere that needs food. And honestly, if they didn't have the money, we didn't care. We fed them, and that's what
That's-
we did.
that's so-
and we used to do that in Nutley
That's
too.
the right
And that's
attitude,
what we
yeah.
did. So all the little scared people that closed down. And you were scared, whatever. But I would have rather die than to not
help
feed
somebody.
everybody and feed them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
We
a lot-
were the essential workers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, were the first responders? Were they first responders?
Yeah.
That's not the right
There
word.
was a girl
is that what
that-
it is? The frontline workers? What do we call them?
Well, essential workers.
Essential
At
workers,
that
yeah.
time, we were definitely essential workers, of course.
Yeah.
because
Yeah. I just
you know.
wanted to feed people. I honestly I could give to whatever if we were even making money or not. It was just such a horrifying time, and I feel like. What I said with food, people were buying out in the supermarkets and everything. You really saw the worst of people, but we had to step it up and just not be afraid to get sick. Hey, if I die, I died doing it, just trying to help people at the time.
Yep.
You
We
know
were
what?
spraying
That's what
things
makes
down.
that's what makes
It
you
was-
guys special, though.
Yeah.
That's a very special attitude. It's a selfless attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't you think the community knows that or knew that at the time, and that's why they respect you and love you so much?
I hope so. Who knows? I mean, everybody, like I remember people would say, oh, Nick and Michael aren't wearing masks while they're pulling pizzas.
Yeah, it was like 50-50, exactly. You got the people that were grateful that we were open, and there were people that just were busting our
I'm like
balls.
the oven's 700 degrees. Anything that's coming out of that oven is gonna die.
So when
I'll fight
when
through it.
COVID's over, right? So COVID's over. I mean, your business probably picked right back up.
Oh yeah,
right?
the wave of business lasted for nearly 2 years long.
Yeah, but then we didn't really make any money because during COVID we did very well, but we gave it all back because of the prices of the food right after COVID.
Oh, yeah,
it was
yeah.
like it wasn't even worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that we were looking for the money, but all the money we had just vanished, and we started owing money because we didn't want to raise the prices because we don't like to make people struggle, basically. So we try to keep the prices very, very low.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And yeah, we do keep our prices as reasonable as we could.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even now it's still crazy. It hasn't stopped. We haven't had a break yet. Since COVID, it's still bad right now to this day, and we definitely need relief. Everything needs to come down.
Yeah.
I don't like to rob anyone. I just don't. I like to be reasonable because I feel like people need to eat, and I feel like I said there's always a person that needs food, and especially takeout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amen to that.
All right, so let's move on to your whole thing is the Thinny Thin pizza, right?
Yeah.
Do you see other pizzerias trying
It's
to?
right now, it's the hottest pizza, not in New Jersey, in the country. Everybody's trying to do it right now. They're all trying to do it.
They're all trying to
They're
bite
all
off
trying
of
to
us.
do it. I can't believe how out of control it is. I have people copying it too, like people
The guy
that
in Nutley was
people
trying
that
to
I
copy
know.
it too.
It's just whatever.
Amore
in
Nutley was
I have
trying
to
to copy.
take it like how did I
It's a
say it?
compliment. You take it as a compliment.
Flattery and like
Yeah.
copying
Common,
some.
Yes.
yeah.
What is
It's
that?
it's the
Some
kindest
common
form of flattery.
So,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, but when people that I know that are being sneaky about it, then
Yeah.
I get offended. But if somebody that I don't know that tries to figure it out, oh my God, somebody got shot. What was that?
Man down.
Clean up on
Table
top.
down.
Clean up on
aisle two.
And look at my son Joe. He doesn't move. He just come on, Joe. Come on.
Is that your son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what
He
I
did
mean?
not
Yeah.
move.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's a new
He's-
generation.
No,
right
you
there.
know what? He's taking their order. He's doing a good job.
Hey, we're gonna have to take somebody's pay.
Yeah.
That's what
So
we're gonna have to do.
so what is the future of Angeloni's?
I think we just have to stay old school, stay true to our way. We're going to keep pumping out Thinny Thins. I mean, I am flattered that everybody, I've seen places out in California that are doing the Thinny Thin right
Really?
now. Yeah, in their pizzerias. So,
And what does everybody have a different name for it?
They
Is
It's
can't
that,
like-
call it the Thinny Thin. They
it's
can't.
like,
Yeah.
well, no, but they do a lot too. And honestly,
have you ever sued anybody for using Thinny Thin?
no, because not yet. It hasn't
Yeah.
looked that much like mine. But,
Yeah.
But I have had some problems with people that have been in here.
That's another interesting thing because Dave Portnoy even said it himself. Like a lot of people are doing the Thinny Thins now when we're the one that invented the Thinny
Yeah.
Thin. Like, he invented the Thinny Thin. It was
Yeah.
him that invented it. Now everybody's calling them Thinny Thins. But, he's
But
the
it's
one
not
that
a Thinny Thin.
Right.
But-
you
Yeah.
can have a different style of it, but not like with the cheese at the end.
No, the cheese at the end is special.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you don't get. You can get a thin pizza with a thin crust, but you're not getting the cheese to the end like this.
Man, that goes back how long, Nicky boy?
Yeah,
That goes
almost 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Dave Portnoy hitting the streets, it definitely changed the pizza game. Everybody upped their pizza because he honestly, in the beginning, he knew where he was going. He knew everything. He's so calculated. He went to all the best pizzerias in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it made it like a staple for all the other pizzerias to follow, or at least try to follow.
Well, because you're right, because that's he says specifically what he likes.
And now a lot of places
so now
make their
everybody
pizza
wants to do it so
more
that he
crispy,
comes to them and then rates it on that. That's
and
so true.
He's the guy that, like, if you say, go there, even though he does very well and he has a lot of money, that guy's showing up there. He's like,
totally.
That's kind of awesome. I mean, if you think about it, you know what I mean?
Well, because he changes the minute he goes, no matter what. Someone just, I know, someone around here just got a score, and it was like a 7.6, and they were like, "I wish it was better," and I was like, "That is fine. A 7.6 is
that's
very
a great score. That's
it's a great
scale.
Correct. And the
That's a
score
great
doesn't
score,
mean anything, really, right? At the end of the day, people are still going to come because he was there.
Yeah. I mean, look, he'll be off a digit or two, but I mean,
What do you think about all the other influencers that do the rating system like he does? I mean, do you think they're like...
nobody could touch him, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think, honestly,
He has a refined palate that nobody can.
he's been everywhere, and he's been all across the country. I mean, he's everywhere. I mean, he's actually obsessed with pizza.
Yeah.
And,
But do you think like have other influencers come here and they'll be like, I give this whatever their rating.
Everybody's got their own taste, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're Dave Portnoy now. But
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't know like what he's gonna do one day where he's like, all right, I had enough of pizza. Does he hand it down to somebody? All right, he picks a special person.
Yeah.
To do
No,
it,
he just shuts it
'cause-
down. He's just going to shut it
Yeah,
down.
shut
That'll probably
it
be
down,
me.
right?
He'll probably
Yeah.
be me.
Yeah, Ernie, you tell
I
him,
got
Ernie.
pizza in my
Yeah.
last name.
Ernie's
Pizza
actually been
Row.
doing
Yeah.
pizza reviews.
Do you have a lot of influencers that come here?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
There's so many that come here. Yeah.
We get people that we had people in from Texas a few weeks ago. People come in from all over the country. It's almost turning into, and I shouldn't say almost. It is.
Destination spot.
It's almost like a Connecticut spot, like Sally's or Frank Pepe's.
Yeah.
But we're like the New Jersey spot.
Yeah, you're on the map.
Yeah,
you're
we're-
on the pizza map.
You know, we don't do the
So many people.
whole we don't do the whole beats coal fire thing, but we do the North Jersey Thinny Thin, and we.
Does
we
it help your
created-
business when the other influencers come in and?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It
helps.
depends. It
helps,
depends.
yeah.
Every little bit helps. Every
Yeah.
little bit
It's
helps.
the new way of. It's like the new way of advertising. You don't.
Well,
you know.
that is
yeah.
social media is because one of the Angeloni's posts went a little viral and then had got a couple of million streams.
Which one?
Views.
You guys are on there all the time. I watch
couple
all of
million
it.
views. Which one was that?
We
on
actually
the
had
page.
we actually had a few with a few million
There's a few.
views or whatever. Yeah,
So-
some of them go viral every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, you go viral on
Honestly, it's usually the Thinny Thin. I could make you the most delicious meal ever, but it's the Thinny Thin that always goes viral.
I'm just
I
gonna
feel
say
like,
we did a
yeah.
video for everyone that's listening. I did a video right before this, and with the most beautiful food: a beautiful broiled salmon,
Yeah,
a
thank
beautiful pork chop, and a
Yeah.
beautiful chicken savoy, which is my favorite. So it's not just pizza. I just want everyone to
definitely
know
not.
that.
No,
And the
we're-
food is gorgeous, and it smelled delicious, and I can't wait to eat it when I get home tonight. So I'm just saying that. So
Phenomenal dinners here.
Yeah.
Chicken franchise is one of my go-tos. Phenomenal over here. There's just so many. The chicken savoy, I feel like we're top notch when it comes to
Yeah.
our chicken dishes. Seafood, all fresh. We get all of our seafood fresh. No frozen stuff over here.
you guys should pay Ernie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. you know,
They do pay me.
He
I
went
mean-
to school. What were you supposed to be, a broadcaster?
I'm supposed to be a broadcaster.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you sounded. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should have started off
Yeah.
on the mic.
You
Yeah.
Never too late
you
for
would have
that.
been the next Howard Cosell.
Yeah, well, never too late for that. You know, I could always go back.
I'm going to ask Ernie the question. So, Ernie, what do you think the future of Angeloni's is?
Very bright. Very bright. As long as Nicky Boy and Michael continue with the momentum. The billboard that they recently put up has been attracting people from all over.
Hold on, what billboard?
The mysterious billboard. Oh, you didn't know about that.
No, what
Well, they
billboard?
put up a billboard in Fairfield. I think Nicky Boy can better
Was it
explain
on
that.
46?
Yeah. Right there.
Really?
You know how many people I get here, come here? I must get like 20 people a day that say, "Oh, we saw your billboard."
So
Not even
billboards
lying.
still work.
Yeah.
Yes. They do.
Honestly, the billboard, the Instagram's been pretty good too. I mean, you know, everybody said for years, Nick, you got to get on camera. I'm trying to get him on
Nick,
camera.
you're great on camera.
He's doing pretty good though over here.
Michael's more low key.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicky Boy's out there. It's all right. You guys play well off of each other.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. honestly, I've been watching all your videos like lately, and I just love your energy. I love when you start it, and it's.
I do feel the positive energy too.
Yeah.
We're all
Thank you,
about positive energy.
thank you.
you
I'm
have,
glad. I work hard on that.
We
It's
feed off of
important.
positive energy.
It's
It's
sorry
important.
To flip it on you, where I feel
No,
like
I'm
we're
like,
questioning
my
you
God,
now.
I'm blushing. No, but it's important. First of all, when I do my videos, it's important because it's not about me. It's about making you guys look good. My purpose is to be successful for you.
Yeah.
Right? That's what my goal is.
I hope Livingston appreciates you.
They do.
And I know they do. But
They gave me a day. I got honored with a day.
Yeah. They should appreciate you even more than you're appreciated.
Thank you.
Right, Mike?
It's my pleasure. It's been a gift. It's been a gift for me. I get to sit down with three nice gentlemen like you
thank
guys,
you,
and
thank you.
and that's
The three brothers.
The three brothers. Yeah, Ernie's and our brother. Yeah, Ernie Conforti.
But we're not going to trademark. There are three brothers pizzeria. We're Angeloni.
That's right, Ernie. Keep it
We
straight.
gotta make it clear here.
So, guys, I think you are amazing, and that's
Thank
why I
you.
wanted to sit down with you today. I know this is has been a little bit all over the place, but honestly, I think you guys are. The minute I met you, you're very special. You could see it in you. You see how you guys love family and how you guys love each other, and Ernie as their. I'll say adoptive brother, or whatever you want to
That's
say.
a good way to put it.
But you can feel it, and that to me says everything. And you know that's going to come out in your food, and that you know that's going to be. I mean, look around the dining room; it is packed with people as we're sitting here in a corner table, and you should be so proud of yourselves.
Yeah, thank you.
And you should honestly, I don't know. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you. And we've been on a few.
It's like a love fest over here.
We've been on a few podcasts, and honestly, I think this one's is it your favorite? Because it's mine.
Oh, it's going to be. This is going to go viral. Let me tell you. We're going to have 5 people listen to it. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah. No, you guys are awesome, and honestly, keep doing what you're doing. Stay true to your roots, which I know you will.
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
And just stay here.
Yeah.
New Jersey needs you. New Jersey loves you.
Yeah.
This feels like a community. You feel like everyone here is from the community. I'm
Yeah.
looking around the dining room.
Good
you know what I'm
energy
saying?
out here too. Very good energy.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing. Good energy breeds good energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a great work environment. Like I said, that's what we feed off of.
Amen,
positive
Ernie.
energy. Amen. to
Ernie,
that.
thank you for coming on the podcast
appreciate
today.
Maybe you should have been a broadcaster, right, or something. I don't know.
Hey, it's never too late. It's never too late.
Guys,
Yeah, you can do both, but don't leave us.
Ernie, Michael, Nicky Boy, thank
Been a
you guys.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
pleasure.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much,
Woo-ha,
guys.
yeah.
Woo-ha. Guys, Angeloni's is where it's at. Thank you guys for coming on today.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you, Heidi.
If you are hearing this message, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm truly grateful for you and this opportunity. The purpose of the Behind the Counter podcast is to bring food, people, and community together. I hope you'll return for more episodes and explore with me. I want to personally thank Fran Linnell of Design 68 for my amazing Behind the Counter podcast logo, and Travis Lohenberg for my awesome Behind the Counter music, and all the guests that take their time to sit and talk with me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you hear your podcasts. If you'd like to support the Behind the Counter podcast, please subscribe, share with your friends and family, and you can follow me on Instagram at Heidi Blum. If you have any feedback or stories that you want to share, you can email me at foodsarbtc@gmail.com.